So my mother is going to be buying me a new bed, okay? You know, a new bed for this room. So if I ever move out or something, I won't take the bed with me. It'll be for her spare room, of course. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys why. I want to show you guys what I've been sleeping on, okay? And actually, we don't have any tools in this house. We have a hammer, that's it. We don't have a wrench. I realized I wanted to get rid of, I want to get rid of this bed frame and just sleep on the mattress and stuff on the floor, because I did something to my foot. You know, the way that I've been sleeping on this is not good. And I wanted to show you guys. Because besides the fact this bed is 22 years old, okay? And my mother didn't buy it. She got it given to her, okay? Can you guys see that? They completely broke the frame. And this is a part too. This is horrible, okay? It's just a horrible bed, and, you know, I'm going to be getting a new one. I wish we had a wrench. I don't even know how to get this apart. And you know, this frame fell apart, and you know, it's not like, you guys know, I haven't been having any kind of wild sex on it or anything. You know, not even, you know, like, no. Not even close, not even anything like that. It's just old, period. And I was hoping to just be able to, so what I'm going to do is move it. I'm just going to move that down and I just swept over here. I just don't like sleeping on it like this anymore, because it's like crooked, and you know, I woke up and my foot was hurting me, you know, because you don't know what you do in your sleep. I just would rather, I'd rather it be flat down. You know, it's bad enough the fucking bed is 22 years old, and I found that out when I friggin' looked at the tag. It's all falling apart. It's just crap, period, okay? It's all, there's no, not rocket science here, it's crap. I'm not going to be stupid enough to just have it like this either. That's an accident waiting to happen. My mother and I watched, she fell asleep, but I watched all of Monsters Inside Me. Holy crap, is that show interesting. You learn stuff. You learn how easy it is to just, you know, be going on your merry way. This kid got leprosy. He got leprosy, people, because, who would think that you could even get leprosy nowadays, but his dog in the woods killed an armadillo, and apparently leprosy is most often, it's very, very rare, though. There's only 150 cases per year in the United States. I mean, that's just like nothing, you know, but he got it, and he almost died, and whenever people get these things, they have, the doctors never know what's going on. They don't know. They just think, oh, it's the flu, or oh, it's this, oh, it's that, with these people who have these things eating them up. One kid had a snail inside of his leg. It's just crazy shit. And no one understood why it was all swollen up and this and whatever, and he'd fallen in the ocean. There was a snail living inside of him. Bizarre. Bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. This is just crap. I want it so badly to just throw this away and just sleep on that box spring mattress until we can get a new bed. My mom said to me something interesting. She said, well, why don't we get you a new bed on Black Friday? You know, when there's going to be no taxes. I'm like, yeah, that might be something good. But in the meantime, I'm not going to sleep like this anymore because it's not good. Plus, I keep stubbing my toe over there on the other side, the way this frame is. This frame's a piece of crap. And I definitely want to get it undone. I want to just, put it outside for the next time we the garbage people. Again, this bed was given to my mother, okay, so it's super, super old. It was a friend that died of Auntie's. Auntie's friend died and left Auntie stuff. And I looked on the tag and I'm like, oh my God, this bed's 22 years old. 21 years old, okay? I wish I could undo it. I wish I could undo it. I have no idea how. That won't take a screwdriver. It doesn't have any things for a screwdriver. It doesn't have any notches. I have no idea how to get this off. I might have to hire a professional to get it off. I don't know. In the meantime, maybe I can just tilt it sideways and lean it. I can't get out of my bedroom, see? That sucks. That sucks. And yes, I know this video is boring. This video is just for people who are interested. You know what I mean? It's just like anything. It's just like, when we were going to court and Auntie was saying, because we were accused of the elder abuse and whatnot, and blah, blah, whatever. And Auntie knows I was talking about her legitimately out here. Well, to me and to others it was legitimate, to her it's not, but that goes. And she's like, well, I'll just say, Your Honor, it's just like, she's, my niece is trying to be famous. It's just like a reality show or something like that, In reality shows, you talk about the most mundane thing sometimes. But this is not actually mundane. This is very, very important to me, okay? This bed is a piece of crap, and I have no way of I don't even know if I'd be strong enough. I'm going to show you these. Who knows? I mean, whoever put this together, obviously it didn't go through the door like this. It had to be put together, but there's a torn up piece of Nickelback stuff. From when I ripped it all into pieces many years ago. The interesting thing about that is I ripped them all into pieces. And then I rebought them all. But look at that. That's not for that. You can't use a screwdriver on that. A screwdriver needs a little hole. I at least know that much. I at least know that. So I guess you need like some kind of wrench or something, right? I mean, I'm kind of strong, but I doubt. I mean, it depends on how tight these are. I don't know if I'll be able to get them off. Seriously, people. I do not know. What I do know is I'm not going to sleep on it like this anymore. It's just pointless. It's pointless and I don't like it, and it just is, it's just not good, so. And again, this video is just for my friends. and you guys also know, because you've heard me bitch about it, any of you who've known me for a while, how often my hair gets caught on this brass thing. So, you know, my hair gets caught on that brass thing anyway. So I have the towel up there all the time. So I just assume. Now, of course, I can't sit up. You know, I don't care. I don't want to be having this like this anymore. I want it out. I just have no idea. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's on the other side. I have no idea how to get this unattached, people. Seriously. I just don't want to sleep on this anymore. I don't want it. I just don't want it, period. I don't want it. I want it out of my bedroom. I want it outside. See, it's a piece of crap anyway, and it finally just died. It's all taped. It's all taped. My mom's been bugging me. Even before this happened with this, she's been bugging me. Why don't we get you a bed? Why don't we get you a bed? You know? She wanted to get a bed even. She wanted to get me a bed. I think she was talking about getting a fucking bed even before she had control of her money, you know? Because we would just tell Auntie, you know, that the bed broke or something. Because I was saying, you know, about my back and whatnot, but then I didn't want her to. Then, you know, then when we happened all this crap with the elder abuse and all that crap, of course we're not going to get into bed. Now we can. Ow. By the way, Richard, if you're ever watching this boring video, yeah, I love things to be clean. I just am not a clean person, you know. I don't like when it's all whatever. But these were exceptional circumstances because I went and shipped 22 boxes here of mostly papers and stuff that need to be gone, they need to go through, organize, and then, you know, get into the shelves in the laundry room. You guys who know me, unlike Richard, just discovered me a couple days ago, you guys know how happy I was. I cleaned up that laundry room for my mother, for me, for just us, period. And you guys know that it took me hours and hours to do it. But it's not anything she would have done. She doesn't do anything like that. She doesn't get clean unless I ask her to like do something. I even cleaned the toilet the other day. Clean the tub a little bit. My henna shampoo, which is non-GMO, it's really good. It's henna avocado, nature something or other, non-GMO and everything good. But it does. I've never had a shampoo or conditioner. It's a conditioner. I've never had anything. It does something to the tub. It comes off, but it's funny because I've never had anything that I've used in the tub do that except for this particular conditioner. But I feel like it works. It does lighten my hair, and it's, you know, it has no parabens, and it's non-GMO, and, you know, and it's not super expensive. Get it off of VitaQuest. Mm-hmm. An angel lost in the devil. Put you to the box, no little wildcat. I like 'em like that. I little bit of honey, a little gasoline. Give me a turn off the Dixie Queen. Boy, coming back. Blackjack Billy. A little gasoline, give me a turbo rodeo, Dixie Queen. Come on, come on. Johnny's gonna come over and cook for me. Yeah, cook story. Joe cooks. Joe's a damn cook too. Learned it from Mama. Besides, you have a girlfriend anyway. I don't cook. I throw things together. Believe me, my mom loves what I make. Right now I have in the refrigerator the lettuce is starting to go bad. Romaine lettuce, and it's organic, and it costs like $5 at Stop and Shop. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't want anything. We had celery and lettuce in there, so I salvaged only a little bit of the celery. I also had it on a sandwich, or on a salad, not the sandwich, on a salad. And then the celery, I salvaged most of it. I put kale, spinach. I boiled kale, spinach, the celery, the lettuce, mushrooms. I boiled that all together. And I'm gonna blend it up. My mom and I prefer that. Even when it doesn't taste the greatest. The last time it wasn't bad. I also had hemp and flax. But blend it all in the NutriBullet. It's just like having a shake. It's the same concept. And it's just, easier to digest. Plus the kale is chewy. So when you blend it all up into a nice soup, it's cool. So I need to do that. That's in the refrigerator. Boiled it the other night, but I need to blend it. Yeah, that monster's inside of me. That's just far out creepy. Creepy how easily you can be taken over by, microorganisms. Kill you. They can kill you, baby. Me, don't you like music? Do you like any music from this decade? No, not really. Some. Not really. I'm not listening to my MP3, which you guys know none of the songs pretty much are from. Some of them are. There's 3 Doors Down, One Light. There's a recent one I discovered, Matchbox 20, She's So Mean. Mostly no. I listen to ALICIACREATURE. Listen to ALICIACREATURE's been around a long fucking time, people. And that's classic rock. some of the songs on my MP3 player prior from this decade. I mean, this decade goes all the way back to 2005. I think even Gives You Hell from All American Rejects might be from this decade. If you go in a decade's 10 years, so 2005 to 2015, right? But no, for the most part, no, I don't listen anything new. That doesn't mean I wouldn't like stuff, I just don't listen to it. Oh, Seether's country song. Rolling Stones, Doom and Gloom, they're both on my MP3 player. And you know I love Counting Stars, One Republic. So I do like some songs from this that aren't real old. Here and there. Ouch. Okay. Upsetting me. I wish I had the means to get it apart and get it outside. Seriously. And yes, we do have a vacuum. We have a Shark vacuum. I bought for $250 when I first moved in here. My mom, she ruined her vacuum. And she neglected to tell me how she'd ruined her vacuum was because all the pet hair from morning gets caught up in the vacuum thing. I didn't realize that. I found it out though one day, didn't I? I'm like, Jesus, Mama, this is a brand new Shark vacuum. I didn't know this was going to happen. How would I know? We didn't even have rugs in LA. I was the only dog I had. A puppy. Since I was a kid. I didn't know that was going to happen. Sweeping really good. It's the same as the vacuum anyway, but when I get the new bed, if I get the bed, I'll make sure I vacuum the before I put the bed in here, of course. On the news, Channel 5 News, the other night. This woman's talking about how you can get a really good workout doing housework if you do it right. But they say, you know, like if you're sweeping, see how I'm only sweeping this way? You want to also sweep that way so you're not doing one set of muscles and not the other. Hang on a second. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't want to sleep on this thing anymore. It's not because I think it's going to collapse. It's because it's crooked and the way I've stubbed my toe on it on the side a couple times. And because it being crooked is already not the best for my back anyway. And I just want it gone. I would do it right now. I want it out of here, but for now I'm just going to stick it over here. Now it couldn't go back on the mattress anyway. See how easily that happened? And actually, it could collapse. I wouldn't get hurt, but I just want it gone. I didn't even realize that this frame was taped. I didn't even realize any of this crap. I just want this out of here. I just want it gone. But it's attached to this head frame, unfortunately. So there's nothing I can do. Head frame's not necessary anyway. Even if I get a new bed, you just buy one of those things that do not cost that much. Oh, Donald used to drive me nuts, people you don't even know. I'm not trying to be, he was cheap, okay? But when I don't want him to get stuff out that people have thrown away and bring it into the house and have us leaning on it, take your pick of what. You know what I mean? It's for sanitary reasons. It's because, I might not be the cleanest person, but it's not smart to get stuff out of the garbage. It's not. A lot of times it's not stuff like something you know what I mean? Not like a bed or something. You just don't know who, and bring it into your house, or he would do shit like that. And oh my God, and there's nothing you could say to him, because you say anything to him, he'd just jump down your throat, He's an abusive person, so but I didn't want that because I lived there too. You guys have to remember, I didn't move in with Donald and have him support me. Have him as mom support me. No, I didn't work right away, but once I did work, I was paying more than my share of expenses, okay? I was paying more than my share. I was covering everything. I was working full-time for different parking companies as a cashier, okay? Donald would take stuff out of the garbage. He was so fucking cheap, and I know he was poor, but it's not sanitary, people. I wish I could remember, because one thing, remember, I live there too. I'm sleeping in the bed with, you know what I mean? So, you think his mom wanted him to bring garbage into the house? There's things you don't worry about getting from the garbage, like, oh, I don't know, like wooden stuff or something. But something you lean against, something you lean your head against, like for whatever, and he got that from the garbage, and I was like, God. I'm sorry, but people who throw it away might not be clean. They could have bugs, they could have whatever, Penny was all excited on the Big Bang Theory. She got this gorgeous chair that somebody had thrown away. And of course Sheldon was freaking out. He didn't want her to even have that chair in their own apartment. And it turned out he was right to be concerned, because it turned out there was a mouse, some kind of rat, big giant thing living in the friggin' chair, So Sheldon's paranoia, once in a while is justified. Most of the time it's not, but, I'm just saying, I lived that, people. Donald would get stuff out of the fucking garbage. And one time whatever it was, I wish I could remember, I'm sure I have it written down somewhere. I'm like, please, Donald, please, just. And he wouldn't do it. His favorite thing, if I said anything to him, even the most, as far as I was concerned, justified, there's not a man alive who'll put up with you. It's like, please don't walk Omar through the alley late at night. Donald, I know you're a big guy. You're 6'3", 280-something pounds, but you're no match for like a knife or a gun. And Omar is a purebred pug. He's valuable on the black market, you know. People could get like $1,000 for him. We paid $700 online, and we've had no problems with Omar, none. But I'm so lucky. But we paid $700. But so what? There were other pugs, purebred pugs online that were like $1,000, $1,200. Okay, Omar is, you know, he comes from purebred stock. I told you, his mom, Brooke the Fifth, and his father, Sir Pugsley Lou. Okay, and the fact is, I just hate Donald. I just don't know. Yeah, he would get stuff out of the garbage, and he'd be so excited, you know. And there's just certain things you shouldn't get out of the garbage if you don't know where they come from. People can have bugs in their apartment. People can have whatever. You think they can't? Of course they can. People can have roaches. People can have anything, you know. You can't convince Donald of that. Believe me. You think he would, if his mom or I tried to say anything to him about anything, he'd jump down both our throats, okay? It just reminded me of that because there was nothing I can do. It was when he was all excited. He found one of those I said, we should have something to lean against when we watch TV, Donald, you know, in your bedroom or whatnot. Because when I first moved in with him, his mom was still there. She had the big bedroom. Or maybe this was just when I visited, I don't know. She wound up marrying someone and moving out, but then she left him like shortly after. And then she moved back in with us. So you know. But of course, when it was just her and Donald, he had the small bedroom, and she had the bigger bedroom, the master bedroom. He had the small one. When I moved in. Oh yeah, he made like I don't think we didn't even sleep together when I moved in because his mom had the master bedroom and his room was he only had a twin bed or something, I don't know. But anyway, we were watching TV in there, and I was like, you know, we need something so we can sit up and not be leaning against the wall. You think we could just go buy something at like Target or Walmart? No. He got excited one day he'd found something in the garbage for us to lean against, and I was just like, oh God. You know, that's what I have to deal with. Ridiculous. God, I wish I could get that unattached. We don't have any tools in this house. I can't get it unattached. I have to borrow something, get someone to do it for me. It won't go out the door, that's for sure. There's no way. Unless it would move this way, but I don't think so. I wish I could break it off, seriously. Oh. I'm not worried about it falling on me. It's too balanced, you know, to fall on me. I can even put the mattress right in the middle there. Not an ideal situation, but what are you going to do? It's more ideal than having that mattress up on that frame. And look how easily it fell apart. Anyway, I didn't know it was taped. How do I know? I don't check out the bed frame. I just know that I've stubbed my toe on it more than once. It sticks out. I don't like it. My mom says to me when we're watching TV, she's like, I don't know what's going to happen with Angel. I'm like, no shit, Mom. Nobody knows what's going to happen with Angel. She has all these health problems. I know, Mom. And then my mom's like, well, I can't afford to have her have an operation. And I'm like, well, technically you can, but that's up to you. I mean, if she needs an operation, you don't give it to her, she'll die. I mean, are you going to let that happen? No. Well, you can't we're doing all we can do, Mom. There's nothing. What else are we supposed to do? There's no predicting anything. As I'm fond of saying, not usually to her, but to you guys, you know, die tomorrow. I'm worried about Angel, I know, but to say, well, I don't know what's going to happen with Angel, well, none of us know what's going to happen with Angel, Mom. That's the point. We don't know. She does have a lot of health problems, unfortunately. Oh. Just be glad and knock on wood. Don't have those problems. Never had any fucking health problems though, Mom. That doesn't mean that will stay like that. I mean, he's gonna be 9. Look at this. This is crap. This is sheer crap, and you know. I'm actually, truth be told, I get scared, because last time my mom was saying, you know, that was after she and Auntie won the case or whatnot. She had the money, and she's like, I'm going to get money from Auntie and get you a new bed. I'll just tell her the bed's broke, you know. I want it. I want to get you a bed, or it's from my house, and etc. So I'm researching, and sometimes people pay a lot of money for brand new beds, and the bed's horrible. Like the person, you know, it hurts the person's back. You know, it's like, getting the bed is not some easy thing, because you might not like the bed, and you can't tell unless you're in the store. Ow, fuck. You can't tell in the store, you know. You only lie on it, test it out briefly. So it's kind of scary, but then again, I know I was in that shelter for 6.5 months, so any bed's better than those beds, right? You gotta look at it, you know, relatively. Then I'm sure it'll be fine no matter what bed I get. I just don't want to, I can't have 2 beds that are too soft. I like having a box spring and mattress, so I don't like my mom's kind of bed that she just got at Sleepy's for $1,000 plus tax. Hers is the kind that's all attached. I like the old-fashioned bed that's a box spring and a mattress. Plus, I think it's better anyway because you can switch it around. You know, when you have a box spring and mattress, you can switch the mattress around and rotate it. It's crap, you know. You can turn it upside down. You can. So, yeah, I really don't want to put that mattress behind there. Even though I know it can't fall on me, it's just the idea of having it like that. Having it like slanted over my head. I don't really like that too much. This has got to go. We've got to figure out something. I didn't even ask my mother to like ask people, ask friends or something tomorrow, or I don't know. Maybe the guy that calls me a jackrabbit, his wife didn't even know me and my mom, and I went to find him, emergency, we need to take home to the vets, and she was really, really nice of her. I didn't ask her, but she could tell I was desperate. She's like, well, you want me to drive? I'm like, would you please? Would you? I wouldn't ask you, it's an emergency. It turned out it wasn't an emergency, but you don't know that, you know. I've been choking off and on all day, and worried about him. Yeah. This is going to be more pleasant. It's not going to be pleasant the way it's going to feel very... I'm not going to like it, but we're going to do something about that, like fast. I'm going to find someone to take it apart and pay him, I don't know. I can't have this in here. I don't like it. I'm not kidding though, I did. Was it tilted probably like that? You never know. It's not. I did wake up and I'd done something to my foot in my sleep. You know. plus I keep I don't like how that was, and it's easy for me to, especially with my room all a mess and cluttered and whatnot, it's easy for me, it's worth it to do this just to, so I don't have to worry about stubbing my toe on the friggin' thing or whatnot. 2009, some of you know. You know me that long that I stubbed my toe, and I wound up in the hospital. I had sprained it. I had like it on this thing. It sticks out. But now that when it started to break, apparently it started sticking out more. And I stubbed it twice in one day. It's not good. So we're done with it. I'd throw it away right now if I could, but I can't because it's attached to this, and we don't have any tools to get it unattached. Even though this bed's old, I know it'll be much better. It'll be more comfortable just having it on the fucking floor, where it's at least not, sitting on a broken frame, so it's all tilted. You know what I mean? It'll be nice. It'll be just that'll work. Temporary fix. I don't better create any videos of this kind anymore. But it's alright. I'll figure out something. I'll figure out something, people. And Richard, to answer your question, I don't know that I would want to do that, but from what the sound of it sounds like, it has to. It'd be like Skyping or something, right? I'd be online, like talking, and I don't know how to do that. Number one, I actually bought an $80, one of the best Logitech webcams. I don't use it. The guy from my mom's church who set up my computer that time was lecturing me. He was very different from the guy who did my door. The guy who did my door didn't even want me to pay, didn't even make me to pay him for his labor. This guy milked every penny out of me, and he's fucking lecturing me, and he was taking time to lecture me, and I'm like, Jesus, I'm paying you by the hour, and he's taking time, and in the end I paid him every penny. You know what I mean? It wound up taking longer than it should have. Had he known what he was doing, it would have only been an hour. It would have been like $50. And it wound up being an hour and 45 minutes. So I paid him $87. I paid him every friggin' penny, but I was pissed because he'd spent time lecturing me. But I was so grateful that he did it last minute. That, I was so grateful because remember it was winter and it was a pain in the ass to get into the library, and I recently finally got my computer here, and I just wanted it set up. So I gladly gave him the 87, but I didn't want to be lecturing, and he lectured me about the damn webcam. Yeah, little do you know, I was a fucking stripper 14 years ago online. He's like, this, that, or whatever, these webcams, a lot of people can see you, and even when you sleep, that's if you forget to shut it off or something, My mom was supposed to go to a Bible study today. Had she gone to Bible study, I was maybe going to do a dancing video. And not drinking either. But she didn't go. It was canceled. The people are sick, I guess, so they canceled it. The people who run it come and get her, and I was teasing her. I'm like, how do you know they just didn't feel like coming to get you and they told you it was canceled? She's like, no, they wouldn't do that. I'm like, I know, I'm just kidding, Mom. I'm just kidding. I know they wouldn't do that. If they did, so what? So, she didn't go to Bible study. So I didn't have my privacy. bunch of monsters at me instead. Monster in me, monsters inside me. Freaky fucking show. There's reality shows that appeal to every single person. Oh. All kinds of reality shows that appeal to just every kind of person. Another new one is pit bulls and parolees. I guess they're people, parolees, I guess they're women who have gotten out of jail or something, I'm assuming. I don't watch the show, and they save dogs, so that's admirable. And there was this abandoned house, and someone had left the poor dog behind, and he would have starved to death. I said that to my mom. Like, she found him, and she's trying to figure out how to get him out of it. She's like, she goes in this abandoned house, and the dog's in there, but he's trapped. I would actually like to see what that was all about. I only see the advertisements, but, you know, people do that. They'll leave behind animals to starve to death, you know. It looks like they save other dogs too, but probably mostly pit bulls, because that's why it's called pit bulls and parolees, I suppose. It's on Animal Planet. Monsters Inside Me is on Animal Planet too. There's some interesting fucking shit on Animal Planet. The other night I was watching something about tigers and leopards and all this, big cats. Apparently they contract canine distemper virus, and it makes them not afraid of humans and whatnot. And there was one leopard that was chasing the dogs outside and got into the woman's house through the doggy door, and usually they're afraid of humans, but that's what they're saying. They see them roaming, you know. The more we destroy the habitat of wild animals, they'll start taking over civilization, you know, taking over regular, you know. So you hear, well, there's a coyote walking through the streets of New York, and this, that, whatnot, you know. We were driving in the car one day, and I hadn't seen one, and I looked at the side of the road. I'm like, is that a coyote? I asked the guy, it's like, is that a coyote? And it was, and, you know. It was where it wouldn't normally be, okay? But if they have rabies or something, then they're not afraid of humans, and they go out and, you know, regular, instead of just staying in the woods or something, they come out in the regular public. I don't know. But this show that I watched the other night, I was fascinated. It was, man-eating zombie cats, because and it showed people, they lived, some of them, but they were being eaten alive, that normally they're afraid of humans, and this distemper thing from eating dogs, you know, causes them to not be afraid of humans, and that's just not good. That ain't good, baby. So, just try this out. You guys want to see me lay on the bed? Lay on the bed, no makeup on, so, you know, you're not getting a glamour Laura here. But this is going to be a lot more comfortable than being up on that thing, with it being broken. Maybe I'll decide just to keep it like this and not even have my mom get me in bed. Beds are expensive. I don't know. I really, if I could get a good one, because the bottom line is this thing is still 22 years old, and that's pretty damn old for a bed, you know. It's you know, it's lived, it needs to be put up to pasture. It needs to, you know, give it a proper break. Be a new bed. It's gonna suck not being able to create. I'll figure something out. I might be able to figure something out. I'll do trial and error. I might be able to create a video, because I don't like to always create them. They're the full-length ones. I like to do the close-ups on My mom's like, do you want that size bed you have? Or do you want a small? No, I want this size bed. She was like, you have a big bed. We're big people. We like having a bigger bed instead of a small bed. So that's that. I might not even be able to simply, I don't even know what, you know what I mean? I could borrow someone's wrench and it wouldn't even work on it. I don't know. I've never taken apart a bed frame before. I don't know how to do it. I just want it out. Just want it out of here. For now, it's just going to stay right there as it is. People like my feet, they're probably filthy. Considering it's just, oh yeah, it's filthy. That's alright, I should have shown it for a split second. See how this is set up now? Tilted like that for now. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be, baby. Maybe that help block the light. If you actually went to bed in a normal hour, like you should be doing, you can probably to, help yourself, not show your age as quickly or whatnot. You want to be going to bed at a reasonable hour. Then you won't have to worry about the light coming in. Yeah, no shit. Alright. Isn't that video just so exciting? I know, it was just so exciting. Take control of this boring fucking video. Remember, I create videos about anything and everything. Even if you like me, it doesn't mean you have to watch every fucking video I create. That's the bottom line. Right?